Titanfall 2 is a gaming masterpiece and we need to talk about it. 1 year ago to the day, I promised a video on the campaign of Titanfall 2, so I'm gonna do one better. I'm reviewing the game in 2024 and talking about why it's so good. Campaign, multiplayer, movement, gunplay, you name it, we're going to cover it. I absolutely love this game so much, and to any Respawn devs out there, and I think I speak for everyone when I say this, Titanfall 3 when? If you haven't seen it already, Titanfall 2 is currently $3 on Steam. $3! For a game this good. If you do not own it already, you need to pick it up. It's rare for me that I enjoy a game so much, and not only just the multiplayer, but the campaign as well. So let's jump into it. This is why Titanfall 2 is a gaming masterpiece. The multiplayer of Titanfall 2 is chef's kiss. It's your favorite food as a 5-course meal, and it's one of the only games outside of Halo I would rate a straight 10 out of 10. Now I know you guys are going to ask, Remy, you can't just rate something 10 out of 10 and not say why. Well, I would be happy to explain it. Titanfall 2's gameplay is broken up into two sections, pilots and titans. Pilot gameplay is all about movement and gunplay, whereas using a titan is all about strategy and teamwork. If you've ever seen Titanfall 2 pilot gameplay, you'll often see the player soaring across the map, combining multiple elements of the sandbox to parkour all across the map. Titanfall gameplay is all about combining game mechanics and abilities to traverse the map quickly. At the highest level, it's almost like someone who's an Olympic level ice skater gliding around the map. But even at a beginner level, I found people really enjoy the game because of the freedom it offers its players. As someone learning the game, there was quite a few things I had to research about the game so I understood it properly. One of the main things is air strafing. By holding your thumbsticks in a certain direction mid-air, you can maintain and even add velocity to go even further. I also had to learn to maintain my momentum when jumping off of walls or going from the floor. Even the grapple hook has a specific strategy to get the maximum amount of distance when you whip the grapple. It was so cool to do a deep dive on Titanfall 2 and just seeing people use the stim ability, chain that into wall running, seeing how they build velocity and then add air strafing into the mix to maintain momentum, it's glorious. One of the first things I tried to learn, and I'm on 200 ping a majority of these clips by the way, was the grapple. And I got so much better during the time I played. Titanfall 2 is incredibly rewarding if you're a grinder like I am. I picked up the game and played all the way to level 50, and for me, learning something different was the best part. It was also a bonus that I could visibly see my improvement with 1, how smooth my movement became, 2, how accurate I was, and 3, my KD. I was getting so many more kills by the end of me playing this game than when I first started. The more I played Titanfall 2, the more I learnt there are so many ways you can play and they're all equally viable. Do you want to run off walls and hip fire with a Spitfire? Grapple soar across the map off a gravity star and snipe someone? There's so many ways you can possibly play Titanfall 2. And the best thing is, they all have an extremely high skill gap, but a low barrier for entry. This is so important. The guns on their own are not too hard to use and have fairly generous aim magnetism. This makes it easier for beginners to hit fast moving players. But then you go up against a veteran, a 100 prestige legend of Titanfall 2, and if they play efficiently, it's going to be very hard to kill them. Easy to pick up, takes time to master, something I feel is missing from many games today. The best example of this is the world record of the Gauntlet, basically Titanfall's version of the shooting range from Call of Duty 4.
That was an improvement, but it's not hard to improve on garbage. Try it again.
One of the highest achievements is to get top 3 on the scoreboard for the Gauntlet. I spent about 10 to 15 minutes getting it, and I got it, but I would not be doing this game justice if I didn't show the world record to show just what's capable on this game. And that excites me. Yes, I'm super accurate in terms of gunplay from my years playing FPS shooters, but the fact that I could improve my movement that much if I kept playing is very rewarding. I love to improve at something and then compare my gameplay from then versus now. Surely I'm not the only one who feels that way. Now I really have to give credit to the Respawn devs that created this game, because everything seems to seamlessly flow together. Every weapon, ability, grenades, you name it, they all flow together into this beautiful symmetry of a game. To quote Todd Howard, it just works. Now, something that goes under the radar and is underappreciated on Titanfall 2 is the skill-based matchmaking. On Titanfall 2, you're not punished for playing with your friends. It's a very social experience, and because the game is $3 on Steam at the moment, as of making this video, there's 10,000 people on PC playing. There's such a wide bracket of skill that some games will be sweaty, other games will be chill. There's a really nice variety, and it allows you to become better at the game as you can play at your own speed. This brings me to Titan gameplay, and I'm such a nerd for this. Dropping a massive Titan out of the sky, it's just cool. No two ways about it. Being able to eject when your Titan is going to explode is awesome, and it makes for some cool trick shot potential. But more than that, you can chain that height into activating other abilities. Game devs really should just focus on more things that are straight up fun, because it goes a long way into making an awesome game. I also love that you can execute other Titans, which looks super cool, and Titans are integrated into most matchmaking playlists, although you can play Titans only if that's your speed, and even the Titan gameplay is finally crafted around a playstyle of, yes, you can go in and have fun and mess around and do cool stuff if you want, and that's appealing to anyone, but if you look at it deeper, play the game for a while and really study it, you're like, whoa, if I stay alive, stick together with my other team's Titans, and we all collectively level up our Titans to make them stronger, the enemy team has no chance. And that's awesome. As a quick side note, if you aren't aware, the longer you survive in your Titan, there's 3 main upgrades you can get. Each one makes you significantly stronger. Titanfall even has PvE. If you want to chill with friends, you don't feel like playing PvP, then you can relax versing AI, defending objectives, and fighting the computer. Again, this incorporates both pilot and Titan gameplay, although I spend 99% of my time in my Titan for that mode. It's a great way to switch your brain off and goof off without taking it too seriously. Now, in today's gaming landscape of microtransactions, live services, and just general slop, it's so different when you play Titanfall 2. Everything is earnable through gameplay. Microtransactions and battle passes don't dominate progression. Proper prestige rewards players who want to grind. Oh, and Titanfall offers numerous playlists that are tailored to a specific person's playstyle. Want to just play as a pilot? Great. Want to just play as a Titan? You betcha. Want a mixture of both? We got that too. You know the biggest part of this is? It's a finished game, finished. No 2 years of updates necessary to get it up to feature parity with past titles, no numerous bug fixes just to get the game to work, a stellar multiplayer, rewarding gameplay, a fantastic campaign. It's everything you could ask for from a game, and it brings me to one of the best parts of Titanfall 2, the campaign. I played through this for the first time as a casual playthrough, and it really did seem like basic training for multiplayer. Ironically, I jumped straight into multiplayer when I first played last year because I was eager to try PvP. It teaches you everything you need to know and gives you plenty of opportunity to learn. It's also super fun to glide off walls and pick off enemies that die in a few hits. I've said it before, but this game is just fun, pure and simple. It's a movement shooter that knows its identity and sticks to it. Plenty of places in the campaign are designed around the movement, which I particularly liked, and the enemies aren't that difficult to kill, so again, it's accessible for everyone. I also think in combination with the fun aspect, it's why so many people love this game. The story itself is easy enough to follow. You get the Titan BT from the man who taught you the ropes. You fight through multiple different levels with different set pieces, and it looks beautiful. It really does. Most of the levels have an Apex Predator boss fight at the end of it, and I do need to point out, yes, it's everyone's favorite part of the game, so allow me a moment to be cliche. The time travel mission, where you swap between the past and the present, it's awesome. Being able to seamlessly swap between realities is such a cool thing. There's a Halo custom game that does just this, and people mentioned it to me when I made that video, so I was very curious about this level when I played it. 100% lived up to the hype, easily my favorite of the game. I also really love BT throwing you, very cool, and it might be a spoiler even after 8 years, but I was sad when BT sacrificed itself. Post-credit scene made it less sad. As a very quick side note, for being a robot, BT had the best personality of any of the characters in the game. One of the things that really stood out to me about the Titanfall 2 campaign was that each level had something different about it. From being able to swap between realities, to activating certain switches with a brand new gun to power things on or off. There's levels where you're primarily infantry, you're on foot, others where you're assaulting a base as a Titan. You really couldn't ask for more than that. It covers every single base of what a cool, fun campaign should be. The story is strong, it looks great, and it's fun to play. It ticks every every box. And that is why I feel like Titanfall 2 is a gaming masterpiece. It has everything a player could possibly ask for when it comes to a video game. It has fun gameplay, an awesome multiplayer, a kick-ass campaign. It has progression. It rewards the player for their time in game. And it's only $3 on Steam right now, which is cheaper than one stupid cosmetic on any AAA title today. So yes, it's a fantastic game. Yes, it's a 10 out of 10. Yes, I love Titanfall 2, and I can see why it's so popular. With that said, let me know what you think of Titanfall 2 down in the comments below. I feel as though they should make a third game, and I'm sure many of you agree. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.